quick about the permanent fund, the dividend program. That's something that I've been very concerned with, and we've all been concerned with. A lot of unfortunate firsts in the last few years on the permanent fund dividend. For the last 2 years, the legislature has failed for the first time in history to inflation-proof the permanent fund when they statutorily should have done so. In 2016, for the first time in history, the governor vetoed the permanent fund dividend. Last year, for the first time in history, the legislature failed to fully fund the permanent fund dividend. Now, for the first time in history, we have some people in this building talking about using the earnings from the earnings reserve account to fund government. I think we're in agreement that we can use excess earnings to fund government. However, there needs to be a plan in place before we do so. I think we feel very strongly about that. Part of that plan involves putting the permanent fund dividend in the Constitution. It's the only way we can assure that Alaskans will actually get a dividend. The Senate majority continues to tout their spending the PFD only plan. This is an extraordinarily regressive way. It's probably the most regressive way to balance the budget. The research studies that have been done show the permanent fund lifts thousands and thousands of Alaskans out of poverty. There are concerns that this plan would result in the earnings reserve account significantly falling, if not failing, within 10 years, resulting in the loss of the dividend completely. So yesterday we had in the building a dedication honoring former Senator Representative Al Adams, who was here for a long time, had just a really tremendous impact for the people of his community and the people of this state. And my staff pulled out this letter of intent that then Representative, Chairman of the House Finance Committee, Al Adams, wrote. And this is a House Finance Committee letter of intent on the piece of legislation in 1982 that actually created the permanent fund dividend program. And here's what Representative Adams stated. He said, "The committee intends that the payment of dividends shall have first call on 50% of the income of the permanent fund available for distribution, regardless of what other uses the income is put to." This letter of intent is still the intent of the current PFD statute. It is not the intent that the permanent fund dividend be the last call. It's the intent that it be the first call, according to this letter of intent. That is still the law of the land. So we're advocating that before any draws occur on the permanent fund dividend, the people of Alaska have a right to vote on this issue, that we have a right to have a constitutional amendment put before the people. We're sending a letter to leadership in the Senate, urging them to have a hearing. We've got a letter for the press on the table here that we're getting out right now. So thank you.
I'd like to make one last comment.